Okay, right now we're going to talk about writing a persuasive speech. So I ask you to print out this persuasive speech outline information so that you can read along with me as we're talking about this. If you haven't done that, pause, go back, print it out, and then let's look at it together. So when you're writing a persuasive speech, it's all about making the argument. So we're going to use the stock issues format to make our persuasive argument for this speech. It's a really powerful and simple argument to make. It's got three parts: the significance, the inherency, and the solvency. So we're going to use an outline again, just like we did in the previous speech. We're going to get another chance to work on our speech outline writing. We're going to build on what we already know. Some parts of the persuasive speech are very similar to the informative speech, and some are different. So take notice when you see the differences. Okay, so the stock issues format. So since we always start writing our speech by writing the body, let's look at the body first. Let's talk about what significance, inherency, and solvency is. That's really important for this assignment. So the significance. All right, first of all, persuasive speech is where we're trying to change the person's behavior. So we wrote an informative speech where we're just trying to give people information, and in this speech, we're asking them to do something. So in a persuasive speech, you're asking your audience to do something. You're either asking them to believe something, or to do, to take an action, or to change their minds or their behaviors. So in this speech, it'll be really spelled out for you how to do that. So a persuasive speech, the thesis statement will have a should statement in it. We should do this, or we shouldn't do that. So we're asking people to do something. All right, so the body. The significance, that's the first third of the body of your speech. So your body is going to have three main points: significance, inherency, solvency. So the significance is where we start our argument, and that's where we paint a picture of how bad the situation currently is. In other words, the reason we're even talking about this is because things are awful. So this would be a good place to use statistics and to use stories and to tell how really ugly the problem is. So if we want to talk about what's something relevant, here in Galveston recently there's a Bring the Bag campaign. Bring your bags to the grocery store so that you don't have to use plastic bags. So Bring the Bag people, their significance would be what? How would they paint a significant problem? How would they describe a significant, huge, big, bad, awful problem? The significance is where you say how big, bad, and awful everything is. So you could show pictures of sea turtles strangled by plastic bags. You could talk about the beach pollution, and just how expensive it is for our society, and how much waste it causes, and how it uses petroleum products that we could use for other things, and right? So that you're just showing how wasteful, awful, ugly, detrimental, killer. You want to make me cry in this part. You want to make me think, oh no, oh no. So this is the part where you really kind of freak your audience out and scare them with how awful everything is, okay? So that's significance. Then you have a transition statement to your inherency. So in other words, why is this still a problem? Why do we have it, and why hasn't it been fixed yet? So I put questions right there, but you don't ask a question there. You only use statements. So don't use any questions in the body of your speech. You're just giving us information. You don't have time to ask questions. It's jam-packed with all the information you're giving us. So inherency. If plastic bags are so awful, then why are we using them? Why are they still in use if they're so terrible? So why are they? Because they're convenient, because they're easy, because people they're stuck in their ways, they don't want to change, they think that other bags are too expensive or too much of a pain. So there's two types of inherency. There's your attitudinal inherency and structural inherency. Attitudinal inherency are your beliefs, the mental mind blocks that people have. And structural inherencies are laws or lack of structure or structure in place that prevents things from happening. So for our plastic bag ban, we would say attitudinal inherencies are all the things like it's too hard, it's too much of a pain, people are stuck in their ways. And the structural inherency would be there's no law against it. There's no incentives to make sure that we do bring our own bags. So solvency, that's your solution. So bring your own bag solution, you might be tempted to say something really simple like, so just take your own bags. But what I'm looking for here is a detailed plan. So you're going to go research and see what all the experts say about what you should do to make this problem go away, and you're going to bring it. You're going to tell us a whole plan about how to fix this, right? So you could say we need to pass a bill or like a law in Galveston that the city council passes, and here's when they're going to vote on it. There actually is a thing that they're trying to get passed right now. So when they're going to vote on it, how you can support that, go up to city council at this meeting on this day, or sign this petition that Bring the Bag has put out on this website. So really specific things. And then you're going to address all of your inherency. So all of the reasons why this isn't fixed, you're going to answer those. You're going to give solutions for all those. So people's attitudes, or it's too expensive to buy all these bags, you can show them how they can turn their old t-shirts into bags, which is actually a thing. You could show them that the $1 that they spend on a reusable bag will have these and these benefits. Or you can show them where they can get bags that are cheaper or free. There's times when Bring the Bag does things where they, I don't know exactly when it is, but I would find out from my speech, and I would have a date where people could go. So you're laying out a really detailed plan here. Remember, it's a third of your speech, so you can't just say, so don't do that anymore, or so go buy some bags. You're going to have a plan. You're going to make it so easy for people to change their ways that it seems like a great idea. Okay? So that's significance, inherency, and solvency. So in a second, in the next video, we'll talk about the persuasive introduction, thesis, and conclusion.